The Beach Boys Today, released in 1965, March 8th. This album is turning 60 years old. Hello and welcome to Throwback Thursday. I'm your host, Hank McRae of Without a Face. The only album that I've really listened to by the Beach Boys before was their very famous album called Pet Sounds. But I never bothered listening to much else other than a lot of their hit singles. By the time they released The Beach Boys Today, this would have been probably their 7th or 8th album. This is back in the 1960s when contractual obligations for recording artists pretty much dictated that they had to release a new album every 9 months, give or take a few. So back then it would have been very exciting. You would have been hearing new albums from The Beach Boys, The Beatles, The Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, every 9 months from each of them. Of course, the Beach Boys were considered kind of like the American boy band counterpart to the Beatles. And the Beatles' big rival in England would have been the Rolling Stones. Now, if you had dropped me in the middle of all that discourse, I would have told you Bob Dylan is my favourite out of all of them. But seeing as how this album is turning 60 years old, I thought I'd give it a listen. The first song I'm going to hear is called Do You Wanna Dance? So even though this is music in the 60s, it really has more of a 1950s rockabilly, older rock and roll sound to it. But every now and then this very orchestral chorus comes in. Now I think I heard a key change with the guitar solo here. And a little fade out ending there for Do You Wanna Dance. I thought that was a really good song, very good album opener, very catchy. A fun song. Lyrically not a lot going on, but why does it have to be so deep all the time? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna have some fun? Alright, the next song is called Good to My Baby. Alright, I thought that was a very good song as well. I feel there's a very good balance between a lot of impressive harmonies and really great musicianship going on here too. Good to My Baby is a very catchy, great song. The next one is titled Don't Hurt My Little Sister. I thought that was another good little song. I'm noticing the trend here with this album is that the songs are very short and sweet, just in and out. So while there may not seemingly be a lot of innovation going on musically speaking, the reality is all of the harmonies and the roundabout singing, really where I feel most of the innovation is going on here is with a lot of the harmonies and the lyrics as well. It's kind of hard to stick to a simple subject lyrically speaking. You almost want to give it double or triple entendres or spruce it up a little bit more. But even here with a song like Don't Hurt My Little Sister, you know, it's a very good catchy song of course. But the subject matter is also very specific here. Something that a lot of people can relate to if they have a little sister. There's a quirkiness to it as well. Of course, I guess with the album Pet Sounds, that would have been the one where they became extremely innovative, creative, if you will. At least that's how it's highly regarded. Let's get to the next song. It's called When I Grow Up to Be a Man. That's another great song, When I Grow Up to Be a Man. There's this innocence to it that seems very genuine as well. Pondering what's he gonna be like when he grows up, obviously. Is he going to be the same as when he was a kid? When he has children of his own, will they think that he's a square? And so forth and so on. I really like this album so far. The next song is called Help Me Rhonda. Help Me Rhonda is a great song. Oh my gosh, a brilliant lyrical concept where the main character is trying to rebound from a broken heart from a previous relationship. An alternative title might be Rebound Rhonda, but I think it's better with Help Me Rhonda. It shows a little bit more respect and dignity toward Rhonda. That one might be my favorite so far on the album. I love that song. That's a great song. I think I've heard it before. The next song is called Dance, Dance, Dance. I like this song more than the Do You Wanna Dance song. I think this should have opened the album, but it's a great centerpiece. Yeah, that's a great song. That one followed right after Help Me Rhonda. Brilliant sequencing from whoever came up with it. What I'm noticing about their music compared to maybe their 60s counterparts is that this music is extremely present compared to Bob Dylan or Beatles, maybe even Rolling Stones, but I feel Dylan and the Beatles were more deep lyrically at times, and they'll get you thinking more about the future or the past, or thinking about larger concepts, shall we say. Whereas Beach Boys is very present in the moment. Songs about dancing. while managing to make them great songs at the same time, is a testament to the songwriting ability of them, or maybe more specifically Brian Wilson. The next song I'm going to listen to off this album is called Please Let Me Wonder. Really crooning more like 1950s here, and even has that reverb effect on it. I love this song, it's really wonderful. Wow, that was just yet another brilliant song, Please Let Me Wonder. It was tugging at my heartstrings a little bit. I really love that song, it's great. This album is shaping up to be a masterpiece. I can't believe I went this long without listening to it. The next song is called I'm So Young. This is a very doo-woppy song. I like it a lot. Just absolutely gorgeous harmonies there. Wonderful song. The next song is called Kiss Me Baby. Okay, that song was yet another banger of the Beach Boys here. Okay, that song was yet another banger from the Beach Boys on this album. I'm beginning to think that I just really love their sound, and maybe this is a testament as to why they are highly regarded to this day in the world of arts and entertainment. It really is quite an accomplishment to have all those vocals harmonizing so pristinely well, especially during this time period when there was no pitch correction. But on top of that, you've got a really good backing band here too. I think this means I need to be listening to more Beach Boys albums. If you know of any other ones besides this one in Pet Sounds that I should listen to, please let me know. Alright, the next song is titled She Knows Me Too Well. There's a very interesting thing going on lyrically there. I feel that the author or the character in the song, or maybe it's from personal experience, but I feel that this music artist is admitting to some shortcomings here. Whereas in this day and age, especially in the year 2025, but the 2020s especially, I feel a lot of creatives are trying to present the best possible version of themselves when dealing with the general public. They don't want to offend a single person whatsoever. They walk on eggshells all the time. Whereas here, granted it's 1965, but we have someone who is admitting to some things that I guess would be regarded as toxic, which of course you don't want to embrace toxic traits, but to be able to admit to those toxic traits in the first place is a great way to begin a journey of progress toward becoming a better person. Anyway, that's what the song made me think to say. The next song is called In the Back of My Mind. I was not really feeling that song. It almost redeemed itself toward the end there when he really started building it out more, but I think I would have left that one off the album, to be perfectly frank with you. The next song is called Bull Session with Big Daddy. I fear I might not enjoy this. Maybe it's more of like a bonus track anyway. Alright, it was kind of interesting to listen to that. It was really an audio recording of them having a conversation, maybe an interview it sounded like, while they were eating some food. It's like a time capsule from the 60s really, but I would not have included it on the album either. I really think this album would have benefited from maybe ending with She Knows Me Too Well. You got 10 songs there total rather than these 12 audio tracks. But really, who am I to say? The Beach Boys earned every right to do what they wanted to do as artists back then. This was their call. Ultimately, Beach Boys Today is a masterpiece album indeed, flaws and all, because who's really looking for perfection here? This makes me very curious to listen to more of their albums. I've now listened to this and Pet Sounds, although I didn't record my reaction for YouTube for Pet Sounds. That was what I mean is a long time ago I listened to Pet Sounds when I was researching a lot of music. Thanks for tuning in to Throwback Thursday. Stay tuned for Flashback Friday.